Let me show you how you can stop your glitter from sinking without using any additives. Have you ever heard using Elmer's glue or PVA glue is a great way to stop your glitter sinking in resin? Well, I'm here to explain why that's a big no-no and give you another way to stop the glitter sinking in your resin projects, like our little sunset bear here. So let's talk about PVA and Elmer's glue. They are essentially a water-based glue, and yes, adding them into your resin does thicken your resin, and it may seem that it's stopping your glitter from sinking. However, resin and water, they don't mix. So this is a really bad combination, and I can teach you exactly how to do this without adding the Elmer's glue in there. By adding the Elmer's glue, you may effectively have a piece that is cloudy, you may find that there's separation, or there may be curing issues. So whilst I understand that it may seem to work, it is not a great combination. Let me show you how you can stop your glitter from sinking without using any additives. Let's mix up some resin. First things first, before I mix up my resin, I have covered my workspace. My floor is covered, I'm wearing an apron, I have my hair tied back, and I'm about to put my gloves on to protect my hands from the resin. This is a super important step, and I am using nitrile gloves. So just to note, make sure you use chemically resistant gloves like nitrile gloves, not just any gloves you can buy at the supermarket or anything like that, because these ones are chemically resistant and perfect for this working with resin. So today what we'll be doing is we're going to make ourselves a bear just like our sunset bear. Here, we are going to make him up and show you exactly how to stop your glitter from sinking without adding Elmer's glue or PVA glue. Let's mix up. So firstly, we're going to mix up with our Resi Clear resin. This is perfect for small casting and layering casting in river tables as well. So let's mix this up together. This is a 2-to-1 mixing ratio by volume, not by weight. It's a little bit different from other resins, but I think it's a lot easier. And we're going to use our mixing ratio cup to mix up the right amount of resin. Let's go. So what I am doing is I'm just going to pour my resin to my 2-line. Whoops. Okay, now let's pour our one part. Just a little bit more, not too much. Perfect. There we have it. They're my 2 parts. It's super important you get this part, that's so many parts. Okay, let me try that again. That's my 2 parts in my cup ready to mix, and the next really important thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this for 4 to 5 minutes. So I'm going to come back after it's all mixed together. Okay, our resin is all mixed up, and now it's time to just let it sit. Yes, you heard me correctly. I'm going to let my resin sit for about 20 minutes. Now, the time that you leave it to sit actually does depend on the resin you're using, your room temperature, and all of those things. So the most important thing is, what I like to do is I like to just keep an eye on my cup, and I'll just feel it for when it starts to warm up that little bit. This is when the resin's thickening up and starting its curing process. So adding the glitter in there stops the glitter from sinking so quickly when you pour your mold. So let's just wait. All right, now my resin's nice and warm. You'll also notice that all the bubbles have come to the surface in this process. It's degassing away. It does that naturally. And all I'm gonna do before I mix in my glitter is give it a spritz with isopropyl alcohol to pop those surface bubbles. I prefer isopropyl alcohol. Some people use heat guns and all of that sort of stuff. I prefer it because I find it just simple, just a spritz and I'm good. But whatever works for you. Don't use the 2 together. Okay, so we're going to mix up our glitter, and the glitter that we are using is the strawberry cheesecake. this is the color our bear is gonna be. And as you watch me, you may say, Chrissy, that's a lot of glitter. Let me tell you, you do want a lot of glitter, but I'm gonna show you how to know if you've got enough glitter in your mix. Okay, let's go. Let's add away. Okay, glitter time. Okay, now you might really say, Chrissy, what the? But trust me. Another thing to note is as you're adding glitter, you will notice that the resin will start to heat up a bit more as well. So obviously don't wait for it to be too warm. You just want it when it starts to feel a little bit warm to start adding the glitter. Okay. I feel like I should have a special mixing fairy song because it's glitter, but I do not have a mixing fairy song. So now I'm going to show you what I mean to know if you've got enough glitter. Is I'm going to look at my paddle pop stick and see how you can still see the paddle pop stick and it just looks like speckles of glitter. I don't got enough glitter. I need more glitter. More glitter, please. Okay, so I'm going to put more in. Here we go. Again, if you're going, Chrissy, stop, that's too much glitter. It's not too much glitter, I promise. Ooh, it's perfect. If you want a good, solid, glittery bear, you want to look at your paddle pop stick and just see glitter. You don't really want to see resin. Then you know you've got enough glitter for your bear. It's time to fill our bear with our glitter resin mix. Let me show you. This is our glittery resin mixture. Now today we're just doing a solid bear, but if you really like our sunset bear, I like to call him our sunset bear, all I have done is I've divvied this resin up into 3 different cups and mixed in the different glitters and just poured my yellow, then my orange, then my pink. And that's the way he's set. So again, if you wanted like a multicolored glittery bear, that's how I would do it. But for today, we're just gonna show you a solid bear. So let's pour our bear together. As you can see, I'm going nice and slow because I don't want to incorporate any bubbles as I'm pouring my bear. And the pouring process itself can create bubbles. And then the other thing is I also want nothing to get trapped in my mold, like any bubbles to get trapped in my mold. You'll also see that I'm kind of pouring against the mold to help with those bubbles so that there's no kind of bubbles in the pouring. And I'm going slowly. Pour slowly. Pour him nice and slow. My very first resin pour was one of these bears. So I feel like he's my little mascot, my mascot bear. Beautiful. My bear is full. And now the next step to do is to leave him overnight, 24 hours with Resi Clear. Does depend on the resin you are using. So for this project, I'm going to leave him for 24 hours to set overnight, but I couldn't leave you hanging and let you miss out on seeing what it looks like when we demold him. So I have another bear that I created yesterday, ready to demold to show you exactly how he comes out of the mold to prove the glitter isn't sunk. So let's demold him together. See, no glue needed, just the right resin technique. Instead of risking your resin project, use this method instead. He actually turned out so good. He's really cute. He's so cute. Let's give him a kiss. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and let me know in the comments the next resin myth you'd like me to bust. Happy crafting everyone, see you next video.